Hi, my love. Yeah, I know it's been a while, and I'm so sorry about that. I have been quite busy, babes. Not long ago, for instance, we just finished off the Money and Abundance Challenge. Now I'm taking a bit of rest because I'm starting all over again the Love and SP Challenge, which I'm a post about in the description of this video if you're interested in that. And yeah, when I'm doing these challenges, babes, I'm very, very focused there. Almost like nothing else exists. I'm sorry. So that's why I have not posted. Even success stories, I just forget to post them. But, anyways, my love, let me tell you the reason why I'm here today, finally. Well, I'm here to remake the video that I took down, babes. The one in which I used politics as a prop to explain my way of doing things when it comes to manifestation. So, there are two reasons why I took down that video, in case you are curious. First of all, I don't really want to have this kind of content on my channel. I'm teaching something very different. And of course, what I'm teaching is tops this, like it's above this, right? And second of all, because I was not very proud of my way of expressing myself when it came to people that I disagree with. I think I could have done a lot better than that. So yeah, I took it down. But nonetheless, my love, I'm here to explain the same thing today, just without using politics as a prop. So my love, I was explaining to you in that video my own way of doing things, my own blueprint. After so many years of studying and applying this information, and also with the help of teaching others as well, well, I came down to something very simple. But let me preface this, by the way, my love. Manifestation is not about steps, it's not about the blueprint, it's not about any of this, okay? But if you want some steps, I'm gonna give some to you today. Because, yeah, I'm gonna do that. But just so you know, my love, manifestation is not done in steps, and also there's no one way of doing this either. For example, as much as I love Neville Goddard, I don't do things like him, right? Like, he would prefer, for example, sats. I don't do that. I prefer decisions. But anyways, my love, you know what? Let me go straight to the meat. So what do I do, my love? That's a bit special nowadays than I used to do before, or it's a bit different from what you are being advised from other coaches, is that I do not ignore 3D, my love. I understand fully how my mind works, and instead of ignoring 3D, I harness it. I use it in my advantage. Let me tell you the secret here, my love. Let me tell you what I know about the human mind, so you can use it in the same fashion as well. So I understood that my mind is the one creating reality, right? That reality doesn't happen necessarily in the circumstances, in the 3D world, which I consider to be a world of props, if you will, of clay. Reality is not there, but in what we make things mean. So once I understood this, and I also understood that there's no wrong answer to anything, like I can start assuming something, and even if it's not right now just the way I assume it to be, it's gone just by me persisting to see things in this way, in the chosen way that I chose. I understand that I cannot be wrong. I understand there's no objective reality out there. I understand that if I tell myself something, I'm going to prove it to myself. So this is what I do. I just decide over something. Well, first of all, I identify the desire. Let me start here. If you want steps, this would be step number 1. First, I ask myself the magic question, which is, Alexandra, what do you want? Why is this a magic question or important question? Because most of the times we get sucked in by 3D, we fuse with the circumstances, and instead of asking ourselves, well, what do we want? We ask ourselves what 3D wants out of us, or what's possible for us based on what we see right now. So we deviate ourselves from what we want just by not paying attention to our own selves. So you start here, my love. You ask yourself, what do you want? Not what you think you can get based on what happened so far or what's happening right now. None of this stuff matters, okay? You ask yourself what you want. After you get the answer to that, my love, you decide you're already there. And when I say decide, and I think I talked about this a lot, but let's do it all over again. When I say decide, my love, it's not just some words and then I go out and check to see if something magic happened. It's none of that. It's just a conscious choice to believe myself in that movie where I already have what I want. And everything that's happening right now is just the unfolding of that. Sometimes the unfolding may look like scary or like I'm getting the opposite of what I want. But I know these are just appearances. And this is where I come in, my love, and I allow my mind to do the heavy lifting for me, which is I use anything that comes my way as proof of my desire happening. So step number 1 would be ask yourself what you want. After you detected what you want, decide you're there. Because your mind, my love, it doesn't matter with what premise you start or assumption or decision or call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. The premise you start from, your mind is gonna start fetching for proof for you that goes along to your premise. And it doesn't matter, it does this for the positive or also for the negative. We don't even realize we're doing this. You may think you're looking at an objective reality out there and stuff are a certain way. But you're looking at your own assessment about what's happening. You're still projecting, when you're trying to figure out what's happening out there, you're still projecting your own ideas, beliefs, and assumptions over it. So no matter where you choose to look, you're always going to be biased by your own assumptions and beliefs. So, and this is what your mind is going to do 10 times out of 10. Again, whatever premise you start with, your mind is just going to prove you right. And what step would be this one? I don't know. Maybe a third step. Babes, you count the steps and leave it in the description, okay? Because see, I'm not used to talking steps and these kind of structures. Step number 3, if you will. Well, I just allow myself to see evidences of my desire in anything. Even if I see the opposite, I know. The only reason why I can see this even is because the opposite is right there as well. Everything is already here. I couldn't even see the opposite of a chair if chair didn't exist. So I know I have the chair. Do you understand how this works? I just allow my mind to cherry pick whatever goes along with my narrative, and the more proof I collect, the more I cement myself in this reality. This is what I was explaining also in that video with politics. That was a great example for me to use because, first of all, it took me a while and it was pretty tough on me because I had to face a lot of opposition, let's say, from 3D. I chose the candidate with the most odds against him and I had to stay put in front of all this daily info that was coming my way, that most of the times was the opposite of my desire. And this is what I was showing you there. I described to you a series of events and what I chose to see in them. I started from the premise that this guy is my president. And then I allowed all circumstances to come to me. And in each circumstance, I just showed myself what I wanted to see. Instead of showing myself what I didn't want to see. And this is how it escalated. Like, you should have seen this in real time. Like, people that were in the group, when I was doing this, they saw it real time. Because every day I would come in with news. I would explain to them what I make out of everything that comes and shows up. And they saw me go to vote as well. and celebrate with them. Yeah. But I'm not going to talk about this kind of stuff on the channel. This is going to be reserved to my inner circles, like my groups and stuff like that, okay? I have to keep something to myself, babes. Anyways, so do you see what I do? Again, I ask myself what I want. Then I decide that I'm in that movie right now. Everything that happens is part of the script. Yeah. Everything, with no exception. I am not discriminating against any circumstance because I know things are just appearances, and even the most opposite of circumstances plays a role in here. Together with other circumstances, they form the whole entire puzzle, which is my desire. So I just decide I'm in that movie and I allow my mind to show me proof because it's gonna do it 10 times out of 10. Whatever premise you start from, your mind is gonna prove it to you. In any circumstance, it's gonna highlight to you that which matches your narrative. For better or for worse, whatever you choose. It's like, why is broccoli bad? Well, your mind is gonna receive this command, yeah? You just told to your mind, broccoli is bad. Now let's find proof how bad broccoli is. And you're gonna, even if you come across, I don't know, content that explains in great detail why broccoli is good for you, your mind is gonna skip over that. It's gonna go over your head. Or if you listen to it, you ain't gonna believe it. You ain't gonna take it serious. It's gonna be to you the exception from the rule. Do you see? And do the same, but with the opposite. Tell yourself, hey, broccoli is the best thing ever. Now your mind is gonna fetch for evidences of just that. This is what it means, my love, to practice manifestation in a conscious way. You're choosing consciously. What are you choosing consciously? Well, your position in consciousness. You decide you're in this movie where your desire is what's happening. And you're gonna get it. And also, it comes to a point, my love, the more evidences you get, it comes to a point that you develop this tunnel vision. And I also experienced that. And what seems to be the opposite, I cannot even read it properly. I don't even know how to explain this. I'm so focused on one option that even when I read the opposite, it doesn't look like the opposite at all in my head. It's just another confirmation of my desire. Do you see how I'm doing things, babes? It's easy. I just understand how my mind works. I understand that whatever premise I start with, my mind is going to prove it to me. Now, if I keep on starting with the same premise in love, or when it comes to money, or when it comes to anything, of course, my experiences are not going to change ever. It's going to look like I'm meeting only people that, for example, lie to me or cheat on me, and with money, only half opportunities, or only money that I really have to work very hard for it. Or, do you see? Listen, you're so free. This is what it means to be free and to have like free will. Choose something else. Just for fun, for your own experience. This is also a key point in what I do. I do not do it for the prize, the 3D, getting things on 3D. I do it genuinely for myself. Because that's what I want to feel. Anyways, like when things come true in 3D as well, like when the materialization is 100% done and I see it, right? That's what I want, that experience. So let me have it now, no matter how things look like. Let me trust the bigger part in me that arranges stuff. The only thing that I have to do is to channel all this power in a direction and not tell myself midway that I'm not there, not allow myself to be disappointed by circumstances. Or if I allow myself to do all this kind of stuff, I snap back out of it, okay? For my own sake. This is so important. And if you join any of my challenges, you're going to see this theme over and over and over again. Please do things for your own sake, not to get anything on the outside. I know you don't like when you hear this, but this is the key to get it on the outside as well, my love. Start serving God. What is God? The I am. Start serving what the I am wants instead of serving the desire, the creation. The power is within you. Start serving it. When you stop postponing your own desires because money, because this, because that, everything else starts serving you as well, including the money that you want, the money of your dreams, the job of your dreams, the career of your dreams. It applies also for love, right? When I serve my own interests, I put my own experiences first, everything else follows, right? This is how you do it in a very effortless way, sustainable as well. Why is it sustainable? First of all, because you care a lot more about how you experience stuff than to be right, than your experience to match some circumstances. I don't care. I don't care if you come to me and say good morning. If I want to see love in that, I'm going to give that to myself. I don't care that you didn't mean I love you with that good morning. I really don't. And even if you didn't, and I persist in this, you're gonna. At some point, your good morning is gonna mean exactly that. I said, I love you. Do you see how I do things? I serve me. And this is what I also learned how to play with my mind like that and with my power. Like, if I want whatever, I don't care. Let me experience that right now. And I know the more I allow myself to experience this, the more I'm going to see it on the outside as well. It's not that things are not already here. Or we think of manifestation as, I don't know, opportunities falling out of thin air on our laps. Things forming themselves like almost magically once we tap into a certain state of being. That's not what it is. Everything is already here. It's just that some things are going to go over your head when you don't match them, right? That's all. That's all. So this is how I do it, Mello. First, I ask myself, what do I want? Then I give myself permission to leave this, which is the same with I decide I'm already there. And then I allow my mind to fetch for proof, because it's gonna. If I think I am in the movie where I'm loved, I'm gonna see love in everything. In a good morning again. See, I come back in circles with the explanations, but everything is a circle in my mind. All this information, all this wisdom, it's a circle. It like God itself, right? So, anyways, babes, I think this is all I have to say for now. I'm starting the challenge 20th of July. My love, you're gonna be transformed. I'm just telling you. I put a lot of interest and a lot of effort in that place, and I'm telling you, you're gonna come out with a lot more that you wanted when you joined in. I'm gonna teach you so much more than just getting external love. You will learn freedom, my love. You will learn how intentional and how easy it is to be intentional and conscious about your choices and your life experience. Not to mention that you're gonna see me doing stuff in real time, and some things that I'm doing, I don't feel comfortable coming over here and talking about them, okay? You're gonna see them in the group. Everything is in the group. Also, my own results from the previous SP challenge. Everything is already there. But I don't want to talk about this, okay? Not here. This is for my inner circle of people. Okay, babes, that's all. Thank you so much for listening, and see you, I don't know when, but soon. Bye-bye.